भगवंत मान तो शायद चले गए।
चले गए,
क्या कहा
हमारा चल रहा है, हमें पुलिस धक्के मार के भगा रही है कि अब साइड हो जाओ आप, लेकिन अभी हम यही हैं, अभी डटे हुए हैं। मोदी जी से हम लड़ने की तैयारी है। मोदी जी
आप बताइए मैडम, आप लोग भी, महिलाएं भी काफी बड़ी संख्या में शामिल है इसमें, क्या आप लोग चाहते हैं, क्या मांग है इस प्रदर्शन में क्यों आए हैं?
हम इसलिए आए हैं कि मोदी हमारे मेयर के वोटों को चुरा रहा है, चोरी कर रहे हैं, वोटों को चोरी कर रहे हैं। हमें आम पब्लिक को आगे नहीं आने, हमारा बहुमत होने के बाद भी हमारा मेयर नहीं बनने दे रहे हैं।
एक तरफा कार्रवाई कर रही है।
ठीक है, तो these are the visuals that you see on your screens. It seems that now Aam Aadmi Party workers have slowly started disappearing from the venue. The numbers have also reduced. A few minutes back, the space was chock-a-block. There was no place to even stand properly. But now you can see that space is opening up. People are leaving, and in fact, police have also requested the protesters that do not try to cross the barricadings. Now it is over, and you can go home. So still few Aam Aadmi Party workers are present here, but majority of them are slowly moving out of this place. So yeah.
Absolutely. Protests and counter-protests taking place in the national capital when it comes to the face-off over Liquorgate, ladies and gentlemen. My colleague Arun there reporting from the Aam Aadmi Party protest, but my colleague Anshul is also reporting from the BJP protest, which is saying that Arvind Kejriwal should present himself before the Enforcement Directorate. We also heard Kapil Mishra, who just said that what happened to Hemant Soren will happen to Arvind Kejriwal. Anshul, what is the latest coming in from the BJP protest? The war of words only escalating between the two sides as the showdown only gets more intense in the national capital over Liquorgate.
Well, definitely just a few moments ago it was seeming like that the BJP workers will not back down, but finally it seems like that the Delhi police has been able to convince them to step back and not cross this barricading, as it would be very, very difficult for them to control the law and order situation over here, because two chief ministers are sitting right across these layers of barricading, and hence finally we are seeing that these protesters have now started slowly moving back towards the place from where these protests had started. They were successfully able to break through the first layer of barricading, but yes, now the Delhi police, senior officials of the Delhi police came over here and spoke to the BJP president, Delhi BJP president, and finally they have been able to convince them, and now we can actually tell our viewers that these protesters have started going back from these barricades. They are trying to make sure that the law and order situation remains absolutely under control, and this is something that the Delhi police has been successful in doing. You can see how much deployment of security forces has been done over here at ground zero. Drones are being used to make sure that if at all any anti-social element that might have entered these protests, who might actually try to disrupt peace in this area, they could also be recorded on camera, and that is why drones are being used. Vajravahans have already been put in place. Anti-smoke guns, in fact smoke guns have also been put out over here, just to make sure that the law and order situation remains under control. And to the benefit of our viewers, I'd like to tell them that the law and order situation is coming back to normal. The protesters have now started moving back towards the place from where these protests had started. So yes, seems like a success for the Delhi police at this point in time, because they have been able to control the law and order situation without things spiraling out of their hands, because the amount of crowd that had gathered over here, that was something that was that was in fact something that had raised the tensions of the Delhi police. And now finally people have now started to march back from here. They have started to go back from here. At this point you can see how people are now finally going back from here. And yes, the situation at this point seems to be absolutely under control, and within the next few minutes the people who are still not ready to move from here, they are now being put into these buses. They are being detained and being taken away from this very spot, because remember, this is a very, very high security area in which we are at this point in time, and hence making sure that no antisocial element becomes a part of this entire protest is something that is the topmost concern of all the security agencies, and that is now what we are seeing, that finally the people who were not moving back, they are now being put in these buses and now are being taken away by Delhi police. So yes, a big protest being carried out by the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, the BJP president has now also been detained and has now been put in this bus as well. Now this bus will be taking them away from here. Where will this bus go? That is something that remains to be seen. But yes, one thing is for sure: the BJP protesters will not be allowed to protest over here and take the law and order situation in their hands. And this is the message that has now been sent. All the protesters have started moving back. People are being detained at this point in time as we speak, and they are being taken away from the spot of protest right next, approximately 100 meters away from the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, where two high security individuals, that is two chief ministers, are sitting over there, and hence maintaining law and order and keeping in mind the security is the topmost concern, and that is what we are seeing happening. The Delhi BJP president has now been detained and has been put inside the bus. We will try to reach across to him. We will try to get a word from him as well.
So those are dramatic scenes coming in from the BJP protest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen in to what the BJP leaders are saying.
So yes, hundreds of people have been detained, put up in buses. The first bus has moved away from here. The second bus is the bus in which the BJP president is. I'll just try and show you in the visuals as well that the protesters have now blocked the path of the bus as well. Senior police officials are on the ground. They are trying to control the situation over here. But one by one, they are picking up people who have now sat right in front of these buses, basically making sure that these buses are not allowed to move in any way or any manner, because the president is inside this bus. They have climbed atop these buses. So yes, although people have been asked to come back from the second layer of barricading, but yes, people are still not ready to move away from here. They have climbed atop these buses. They are making sure that this bus is not allowed to move because hundreds of protesters have already been detained by the Delhi police, whereas the other people are now being convinced and have been picked up from right in front of the bus, allowing the bus to move away from here. So yes, the situation which was seeming calm, but yes, the manner in which the detentions have happened, this has yet again erupted another round of protest, another round of struggle between the Bharatiya Janata Party protesters and the Delhi police and the security agencies who are deployed over here to maintain the law and order. So in how much time will this bus be allowed to move? That is something that remains to be seen at this point in time. But yes, Delhi police is making sure that these people are removed from here. They are picked up and taken in at the earliest so that this bus could go and this protest could come to an end. But yes, the situation at this point in time does not seem like that the BJP protesters are ready to back down anytime soon, and hence we are seeing this immense struggle that has started between the Delhi police and the Bharatiya Janata Party protesters. The bus is not being allowed to move. The Delhi BJP president is still very much inside the bus. Police trying to clear the ways, taking the protesters away from here. But yes, they are also not ready to back down at all. They are not ready to back down at all. They are hanging on to these buses, just trying to make sure that this bus is not allowed to move. Now finally, police has been able to clear the route for this bus. There is absolute chaos that has yet again erupted out here, right at the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg, one of the most high profile and the highly secured areas. You can see in these visuals over here, this is the bus that is carrying the Delhi BJP president at this point in time, and the bus is now being taken away. One by one, people are being removed from in front of this bus, making sure that the protest ends at the earliest. And hence we are now seeing that finally the Delhi police has successfully been able to clear the routes for the bus to be taken away, in which there are hundreds of protesters who have now been detained by the Delhi police. The situation at this point is still somewhere or the other a bit tense, because yes, it is